Hey everyone, thanks for watching. So this video is going to be a little bit different from the videos that you guys are used to seeing me post, just because this video is just going to be me talking to you all about what's been on my mind lately. I told you guys that my birthday is coming up on March 6th, so I've just been doing a lot of thinking recently. I've just had so much on my mind. I feel like I've been wanting to share a little bit of that with you all, because I never really talk to you all without like doing makeup or doing something else. I feel like I always do a lot of thinking around my birthday, just because I like to reflect on that past year, like things I could have done better and just a lot. But this year I've really had just this one particular thing on my mind so much, and it's come out of nowhere really, because this happened to me years ago, but this year this has just been on my mind so much. And like, this is something that I didn't talk to people about too much. After it happened, I really just tried to forget about it. I really tried to just like push it far out of my mind. But with my birthday coming up this year, it's just been so heavy on my mind. I just feel like super appreciative. I feel thankful. I feel blessed. And so I just wanted to share this story with you all, for anyone out there that might be going through something similar, or you've encountered something similar. I feel like this is something that I want to share because it's something that I've learned from. And one of the biggest lessons I felt like I took away from this was just to follow your first mind. A lot of times we have that like gut instinct, that gut feeling telling us like, no, something's wrong, or don't do this, you know. And it's just so important that you pay attention to that, because that's exactly how I was feeling. I had a friend that I met in high school, and we just had a lot of issues. Have you ever had a friend where it's like you can't really confide in this person? You aren't really going to tell them your deepest, darkest secrets, but like when it's time to hang out, you guys hang out together. This is the type of friend that this was. And we tried to form like a true, serious bond, but it just never worked out. I learned enough lessons to know that this wasn't my friend. You know, maybe this was an associate, someone I can hang out with. But you know, when you're young, you want to go out, you know, you really don't care too much. A lot of people will try to tell you to overlook certain traits and things, but as you guys will see from me telling you this story, like things can be detrimental. You know, so it's just super important to like protect your energy, watch who you're around, watch the company you keep. A lot of signs that let me know, you know, maybe this is someone that you shouldn't hang around. And I was just young. I just wanted to go out and have fun. I went away to school for a year. I remember going back home to Chicago, and this was someone I don't even think we talked like the whole time I was away at college. We really hadn't talked since high school. And it was just so random. And that's why it's so important that you just listen to your first mind, you listen to yourself, because I definitely had the feeling of, are you sure? We decided to go out. I remember it was maybe around 11 o'clock, midnight, when we finally got dressed. We got together. I remember like us doing makeup and stuff, hair on each other. Or driving, we got on the expressway going towards downtown Chicago. So everything was going fine. We were having a good time. We weren't drinking. I remember none of us having any drinks or anything like that. We were gonna go to some like party or club, I don't know. Doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing majority of the time, they're gonna have consequences. And sometimes they are severe, you know. And thankfully for me, it was a lesson learned. It was traumatic, what I experienced. You know, I'm still here to tell you the story, and hopefully you can learn from my story. So we all got in the car. We were dressed to go out. I remember she was driving. I was in the passenger side, and then her two cousins were in the back seat. But we got on the expressway going towards downtown. It's a very, very busy expressway, maybe about 4 or 5 lanes on this expressway. If you live in LA, it's like if you were on the 10 or if you were on the 101, it's like 3 to 5 lanes. You know how busy of an expressway that is. And I just remember us driving, you know, we were having a good time, listening to music, everything was going good. I won't say we were speeding, but we were, you know, maybe 60, 55, 60. We were in the furthest left lane. And something I kept to myself this whole time was the fact that she was on the phone. She was on the phone. I don't know if she was texting. I don't know if she was just looking at something, but I do remember her on the phone. And I just remember like looking up to the left to see her on the phone. And it was like we both looked up at the same time. And she was veering into the lane of a semi. So we were at the furthest left lane. It was like a median by us. So we were in the furthest left lane. It was a median right here. It's not another lane. You know, it's like the other side of the expressway. So there's a median and then there's a semi on the right of us. And at this point, it was like when we both looked up, the accident had to happen. It was too far. She was already in the lane, you know, so it was like by the time we looked up, it was too late. The accident was gonna happen no matter what. It was just, how are you going to try to get out of it? As soon as we looked up, instead of hitting the semi, she just made a hard left and it went right into the median. The car flipped over. She did it so hard that the car instantly hit the median, flipped over. Remember, you guys, were on the expressway of cars doing 60, 70 miles per hour and we flip over. And this is something, the only thing I could think of is like, I should have never been here. This is not somebody I should have even been with, hanging around. And I was in the front seat and I just remember her cousin reaching from the back to grab my hand in the front seat because that's how scared we were. You know, we thought it was over. We thought it was the end. And we just held each other's hand while the car flipped over. And this was by far the most traumatic experience I've ever had. And maybe that's why I haven't talked about it, why I've tried to really just keep it to myself. And I also didn't want any sympathy or like empathy from anyone because I feel like it was my lesson to learn. And that's why I'm sharing it with you all, because if you're in a situation that's serious, you know, really learn the lesson. Take heed to whatever it is that it's trying to teach you. And from that, I've always really cared about my surroundings going forward because it's like, that's someone I should have never even been with. And that's also why I just try to live my life to the fullest. Anything that I want in this life, I'm going after it. Any goals I have, I'm going to try to accomplish them because that could have been the end for me. And it's really just by God's grace that I'm still here to talk to you guys. I had to climb out of the car and I was the last one to climb out of the car. No one else was hurt. I think my leg was scraped up a little bit, but no one else was hurt. I was the last one to climb out of the car. And just imagine having to climb out of the car. Imagine being on the expressway, okay? Imagine being on the expressway, the highway, and you're standing. You know how fast cars are coming. You're standing, but cars are rushing. And that's how it was, me climbing out of this car. And I just remember looking and seeing cars just parting. Trucks and cars just like parting around me and just thanking God because anybody could have hit me. You know, climbing out on the expressway and then having to run off the expressway. And I just feel so blessed and thankful that I'm still here, that I get to continue to chase my dreams. I just take my life just a lot more seriously from then because it's been people that's been in accidents not even as severe as that, you know, and aren't here anymore. So I just feel thankful. I feel grateful. Having gone through an experience like that, I've definitely learned from it. And I'm just way more conscious about who I have around me. I'm trying not to get super emotional. Maybe it's because it's something I've just held in for so long. Even to this day in the car, I'm terrified. I've only had a few other people drive me even since then. If you have goals, any things that you want to accomplish, really go after that. Really strive no matter what anybody has to say, because I just really feel thankful and grateful to be here. I can't say that enough because that's truly how I feel. I'm just so appreciative that I'm here to be able to tell you guys the story of what happened to me, how I overcame that, and how now I just truly take my life serious. You gotta value yourself, you gotta value your life, and that's really just what I wanted to say to you all. No matter what your situation is, no matter how you're living right now, your mind, no one can take your mind from you. And as long as you have your mind and you continue to stay headstrong, continue to stay focused, you can achieve anything that you want to. I just thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you took something away from it, just be nicer, be kinder. You know, you never know what someone is going through, what someone has been through, what they've had to overcome just to be here. Appreciate every day and truly make the most of every day. And that's how I'm going into this new year, this new birthday that I'm having. It's just to continue to be thankful, appreciative, and just make the most of my days, make the most of my life. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.